I think in how we played, how we started the game, how we went forward first half as well, sometimes in pressing as well, sometimes defending in a block, doing that very well, creating before even Colorado scored, creating very good opportunities to score ourselves. We didn't pull the trigger ourselves. I think we gave that goal away because one run in behind and the ball went over the top and he was through. I think it's a goal you can't concede like this, but it happens, and that's a little bit the situation sometimes that we're in now as well, in the stepping stones that we need to make in the process that we are. That sometimes we're making little mistakes or wrong choices, and that's going to cost us. And on the other hand is that we go forward, you create opportunities, and you can't finish them off. Second half, we kept on pushing. We spoke about what to do in second half. Well, we dominated big parts of the game. We created, I think, quite a few very clear opportunities to score, even opportunities sometimes that you maybe need to pick somebody else out who's in a better position to score. We couldn't do that. And then on the break, I believe they scored that second goal, and I think it's maybe their first or only shot in the second half on target on the goal, and it went in. So I still need to see it back, because I think also in that opportunity we can and should do a lot better. It's all about, and we spoke about it in other games as well, that even other games that we've been losing, for instance, as an example, the Miami game here at home, you come back into the game, you get opportunities, but you give away a third goal and you cannot score yourself enough goals. New England, towards the end of the game as well, you create the opportunities, but we can't unfortunately pull the trigger, so you don't get a point out of it as well. And today I think you should have had more, but it's only should have, could have. It's about like I said, if you get the opportunities, clear opportunities, you need to finish them off yourself as well, and what you can do. We also know in where we are, and that's a very positive about, because now as a coach you're always talking about things that go wrong or we need to do better, but it's not a thing that you guys need to write always, because it's easy also to write my comments and then everybody thinks, oh, they must have played a bad game. And that's not the case, because I think we played very well. We did very well. We created a lot. And even in that we could have done better. But it's very positive in how we approached the game and how we played, what we achieved eventually. And that's a part of what we are looking for in making progress. And eventually, I'm very confident we'll get there. And also in making these steps and making changes, and maybe there's even more. You never know what's going to happen. But sometimes, you start here and then you're building your way up there. And it's a lot better to start here and then ending up there, because that's not building, and we all know how that goes. And we try to work on that every day, every game. And also, you're working with human beings like you guys. You don't always write the same piece. Players don't always make the same decisions on the pitch, and that's at times how it goes as well.
Jaap, what would you say was lacking in the final third tonight? And how much credit do you give Colorado's goalkeeper?
Yeah, I give him credit. Also, we sometimes make it easy because we shoot that ball against him, so he doesn't need to do a lot. If you pick an angle and you take a corner, then it goes in probably. But that's also got to do with players. When you're under pressure, sometimes you don't have the time to make that decision, and you just need to shoot and pull the trigger. So that happens as well. But he made good saves. The difference is that we give them 2 opportunities and they score 2, and we get like I don't know, 7 very good opportunities, and then I'm still very on the low side maybe, and we cannot score, and that's unfortunate. And when you see the plays as well, everybody is very disappointed, down, because also we speak about it like every week. The players feel that they're close, but if you can't reward yourself, then it becomes more difficult at times to get that boost, to make that next step, and that's what we're looking for. Yeah, we're aiming for that, to do that even more. Not to concede, but to have more shots and opportunities. Yeah, and I've been there myself as well. Yes, it is very difficult. Let me say this: it is very difficult when you play a game against a team, and the other teams have quality as well. So it's not like we are playing and we are making progress and we are bringing other players in. The other teams are doing the exact same thing, and they also started from where they ended last season. So it's not like, okay, we bring in players and we try to improve, so that's us going to go there and the others are going to go down. No, the others, you need to go with them, so you need to step on that bus and not run behind it. So you need to go with them, and then hopefully you can make a difference at the end of the day. And also in at times you need to be maybe in communication, defending at times, a bit more decisive to maybe defend these two shots better. But it's also football, and it's also a transition game, and you also go forward, and you also lose that ball. And sometimes, it is there that the opposition is going to have opportunities as well, and that's how it goes, and that's what you try to minimize. That's what you work on. That's what you train on. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that part well enough for us today, because they also defended well at the majority of time of the game.
How did you feel about his debut?
I think Edgar did very well, and I know what type of player he is, the experience that he has, also the quality on the ball and going forward, and getting past players, also linking up with midfield players and the winger in front of him. You're always looking, because of the injury of Matarrita, of course, you're always looking, okay, what's the best position or what's the best player at that time who can step in there. Edgar has been very consistent in what he's been doing since he arrived at the club, what has been bringing in training sessions as well. So that was quite an easy choice for me to say, okay, Edgar is gonna play.
You talked about building chances and getting more chances in this match and getting progress going upward. This is one of the few matches where we've seen a statistical advantage kind of that we've had this large.
Yeah.
What kind of psychological hold is that put on the players when they aren't converting, when they're creating so many of those chances?
Yeah.
Did that have any impact?
Yeah. First, I want to tell you guys that we've played against all top teams before this game as well, and Colorado is a very good team as well. The only thing that I want to make sure of, that people are thinking that when you bring players in, you're going to be winning against the best sides in the MLS straight away. Never going to happen. You can win, of course, but it's not going to be that easy. So it's a very important one for everybody to understand in how football works, how you're building a team, and you cannot expect by bringing in 2 or 3 players that straight away you're going to have the results what everybody's looking for. Of course, we want to win. We want to win. Everybody in the team is want to win. Every time we're trying to find a way to maybe win, and that's what we're always aiming for. But also we know what we're trying to do, trying to achieve. But by winning, it goes a little bit faster, you know. And in these situations that the stats now are different. Yeah. They're different not because of how we play, because every game we try to play this. But sometimes in certain games you succeed a little bit easier than in other games. Also because of maybe what you're facing at times as well. So that's an important one to go as well. But and I told the guys after the game as well that from what we've been doing today as well, in performing, in pressing at times, in working together, in defending, in creating opportunities going forward, there's it's very clear, I think, that you can see that there's progress being built. The danger in all of this is when we play away next week, people think, oh, they're going to be doing exactly the same because they made progress this week, so next week instead of 15 shots on target they're going to have 20. And that's not always how it goes. So we also need to be a little bit, you know, in terms of looking at the game and how it is. The thing is that we of course are still looking for that, and we're looking for like being dominant at times. We're looking for creating opportunities, being comfortable, putting others in front of goal to maybe score, and not concede too much. So, you know, there's the whole structure in how we want to play. You try to improve that every time, over and over again, and then hopefully you get to the same stats like this, and that's what we're aiming for. That's what we're looking for. So hopefully we can do that continuously. Hopefully we can do that every game. But sometimes, and you see it with, and we've had these games as well, that sometimes, yeah, you don't have a big part in the game of like the opposition have in trying how you want to play, but you still win a game. So that's a way of playing and approaching a game, of course, as well. But the intention is to go forward and to create more and score goals.
Can we get an update on Gustavo? Had some his head.
Yeah, no, Gustavo, we just took him out, and we just made a sub with Gus and then put Nick in. So that was the decision being made, basically.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. It seems like Isaac Atanga showed himself well, brought something.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Isaac, and since he arrived, and I talked to him what I expect from him, what he can do, what he needs to do. We all know that Isaac has got a quality on the ball, that he's got pace. You know, he can play very direct. He showed it the last couple of weeks already in training session more than before. He's feeling himself. I think, and what's the right term for it? More at home. Is that the right expression? You know, so he feels more confident in what's been asked from him and what he needs to do. And you can see today as well that he's with his pace. He's a threat going forward, and he gets more comfortable in doing that. He's also gets a better understanding with the players around him and what they expect from him, because there's also a lot of communication needs to be done, because sometimes Brenner is playing high up the pitch, sometimes he's dropping in deep, then Isaac needs to fill in these positions as well. You know, if Brenner is dropping, he needs to go high and the other way around. So there's also in the process getting the understandings between the players around you as well, and he's doing that very well. And today I was quite happy in what he's been bringing. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
Hello, Allan.
Hola.
What did you think of the attacking play tonight, and what do you think was missing in the final third?
¿Qué pensaste sobre el ataque y sobre los últimos 30 minutos? Bueno, desde el inicio el equipo llegó, tuvimos varias opciones de concretar. Por ahí creo que no tuvimos la calma para hacer el gol, pero bueno, creo que el equipo desde el inicio trató de concretarla.
At the beginning, we had a few options and just didn't have, I guess, the calmness to finish those opportunities. But that was,
Allan, playing in front of a full crowd for the first time tonight at CINvCOL Stadium, what type of lift did that give to you and the players?
fue la primera vez jugando en una capacidad entera, 100%. ¿Cómo influenciaste los jugadores esto?
Bueno, para nosotros la afición siempre va a ser el número 12 para nosotros. Muy contentos de ver el estadio lleno. Por ahí defraudamos, no pudimos ganar, pero bueno, nos queda aprendizaje de que todavía nos falta ganar en casa y darle ese regalo a la afición que es fiel siempre con nosotros.
So it's great to be playing in full capacity. Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring the win for our fans, but we just want to take this as a learning opportunity and bring the win.
Hola, Cruz.
Hola.
Noticias Cincinnati. Un par de preguntas. Se me iba a preguntar al técnico, pero no hubo más tiempo. ¿Qué hay que mejorar? ¿En la defensa, la media o la delantera para evitar tantos goles y para anotar? Y si tú te sientes cómodo en la posición donde estás.
Bueno, creo que lo han visto en el partido, tratamos de llegar, tenemos varias opciones de llegada, no concretamos, pero bueno, se une un equipo diferente, se une un equipo que trata de ir adelante siempre en cada momento. Por ahí nos falta el gol, pero bueno, vamos a tratar de tener un poco más de calma a la hora de definir, y creo que solo nos falta eso. Y en la pregunta, en mi posición, creo que esa es mi posición actual, creo que vengo haciendo las cosas bien. Por ahí me falta tal vez llegar un poco al área, pero bueno, con el transcurso de los partidos vamos a ir mejorando poco a poco todos.
So had, as you saw, opportunities to finish and score those goals. I think sometimes there's missing just the calmness, as you said before, to finish those plays. And with regards to his position, it's his natural position. He feels comfortable in that position, and sometimes he thinks he needs to be a little more in the box, be more in that opportunity to score. But overall, he likes that position.
So you guys didn't finish some of your opportunities, but there were a lot of good saves by Colorado as well. So did you get a sense of any frustration on the team, and how much credit do you give to their goalkeeper?
Bueno, es frustrante para nosotros saber de que llegamos desde el inicio, tratamos de llegar, de concretar. Por ahí creo que Colorado llega muy pocos, creo que nos llegó 2 veces, 2 opciones, y por ahí nos concreta, y creo que de ahí caímos en la desesperación.
So yeah, obviously they had those good saves. We had those 2 opportunities and couldn't finish them off, and it does that at that point when you have those opportunities and you can't finish them, it just bring a little bit of frustration.
It was a tough time away for you with Costa Rica. How do you handle coming back from that experience, and how do you progress from here?
Dijo que cómo me siento de la llegada en Costa Rica, ¿no?
Que tuviste un tiempo un poco difícil en Costa Rica y ahora por
Bueno, claro, fue a mi selección. Por dicha estuve entrenando, no estuve quieto, tuve partidos muy difíciles. Bueno, ahora regresé al club, traté de meterme de lleno de nuevo con el equipo. Hoy inicié, gracias a Dios, pero bueno, no fue el resultado que queríamos. Pero bueno, vamos a tratar de mejorar cada día porque necesitamos ganar ya.
So I was away, but while being away, I was playing, always training with my national team, and I think I just need to, coming back to the team, just good to be back, and thank God that I'm back, and just need to get those wins, just the victory.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Debut for the club, obviously. How do you think it went for you?
I mean, I felt a little nervous, like if that was my first game ever played in MLS. But I mean, I think I did good, but it wasn't the result we wanted.
What did you see on the goals, and how frustrating is that to, you guys shut them down on opportunities other than those 2 goals?
I mean, I think overall we played good, but I mean, it's just, like I said, it's luck. We don't have any luck. We had so many chances and we just can't. It's a matter of just putting it in, but it wasn't like that today, because I mean, Loca had one and they get it off the line. I mean, it's just unlucky for us, but I mean, we got to keep working, keep our head up, and keep going.
Hi, Edgar.
How you doing? Good to meet you.
With Ronald's injury, were you expecting, your debut to come? Were you preparing for this? And when did you find out that today was going to be the day?
I mean, I think we all prepare. I'm just right behind him. I mean, I just train to whenever Jaap needs us, and I guess he needed me for this game, and because Matarrita was hurt. I mean, just got to be ready whenever you're needed.
Edgar, DJ Springs of Cincinnati Soccer Talk. Obviously, first match playing here as well. How did the crowd impact it? Did they give you a lift? Any sort of energy?
I mean, it's beautiful to have the people back in the stands. It's amazing and sold out here in our stadium. But like I said, it's unfortunate we didn't get a win today.
¿Hablas español?
Claro que sí. Échemelas en español porque está mejor. Me gusta en español mejor.
Para Noticias Cincinnati, a tus 34 años de edad, ¿qué es lo que le aportas al equipo? ¿Cómo motivas a los compañeros que están frustrados en no ganar un partido?
Pues está difícil de tener tantos partidos y no estar ganando, y te digo, yo nomás estoy apoyando, haciendo mi labor como soy veterano y ayudando al compañero al que le toque jugar, ayudarlo y empujarlo que dé lo mejor de sí adentro de la cancha. Cada partido es todo lo que tengo que hacer y pienso que lo hago bien y por eso estoy acá. You know? I know, no.
I have nothing, I'm sorry.
Oh, you want me to repeat it in English?
Reader's Digest version.
He just said, how do I help my teammates on the field? And I mean, for my age, being a veteran, 34 years old, I mean, I just try to give a little bit of enthusiasm and go out there and do your best on the field, and that's just pretty much what I have to do. Yeah. Oh, gracias.